What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the video. So today I figured I would sit down and I would talk about Kingdom Hearts 3's biggest disappointment. Now, there are a lot of different flaws without the game when it comes to the story, when it comes to the game mechanics, and a bunch of other subjective things. However, there are a few things that I really have a huge problem with, and things that I feel like really did hurt my impression and my thoughts on the game overall. So the number one thing that outshines pretty much everything else that I had an issue with when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3 is, of course, Kairi. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't hate Kairi as a character whatsoever. I've actually loved Kairi since I was a child, and Kairi has just been there through the entire ride, just like Sora and Riku and the rest of the gang. But there's just a lot of things that happened when it comes to the build-up of Kairi's character and how she was advertised and what we really as the fans were hoping from Kairi when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3. As the conclusion of this Darkseeker saga, we were expecting Kairi to step up to the plate a little bit. So I'm going to give a brief explanation as to why Kairi was sort of described and teed up to be this way and why the fans, the community expected so much from Kairi this time around, and how we were unfortunately let down towards the end. So the Kairi hype train started right around the end of Dream Drop Distance. If you guys take a look back, at the end of the game, Yen Sid asked for Riku to go find a specific person. Now, we didn't really know who this person was. It really, in this, at that point in time, it could have been pretty much anybody, but we did get revealed at the end that he went to go find Kairi. So with finding Kairi, we obviously got the information and, tying in with 0.2 and everything. We learned that Kairi was going to be showing up this time around. She was going to be fighting. Obviously in Kingdom Hearts 2, when she got a Keyblade, it's sort of been like, a dream of fans where we're like, oh, can Kairi just use her Keyblade? Can Kairi do something? Well, thanks to the 0.2 ending, and also just, with the tee-up from Dream Drop Distance, we did get confirmation that Kairi was going to be doing some sort of training and some sort of fighting when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, this is where it sort of shifts a little bit. Throughout the trailers for Kingdom Hearts 3 over the past couple of years, Kairi was definitely advertised and shown off to being potentially a Keyblade master at some point in the game, or someone who is going to be a very skilled Keyblade wielder in the least. It was even mentioned throughout the Kingdom Hearts 3 development cycle in interviews by Nomura saying that they are going to be training, her and Lee, are going to be training in a location where time does not even flow or exist. So going off of that, it basically makes us think, oh, well, they have infinite time to be Keyblade masters. They have infinite time to master the Keyblade and everything they need to know about it. So, okay, so Kairi and Lee are going to come through and they're going to kick ass, right? And then throughout the game, we also got plenty of updates when it comes to Lee and Kairi's relationship just building when they're in this location, when they're learning how to train. And even right before the final battle, we learned that Kairi and Sora indeed do get to finally share Palpu Fruit, which was absolutely perfect. It was one of the most beautiful scenes in the entire game. The community's dreams and mine personally were finally coming true. Kairi was finally learning how to wield a Keyblade. Her character was finally getting developed. She was finally free from the shackles of being the damsel in distress throughout the Kingdom Hearts series. It seemed like Kairi was finally going to get her moment, and she was going to get the role that she really deserves, and to not just be this helpless little girl that gets kidnapped all the time. And with the stage set, I think it was safe to say that we all could have bet our money that Kairi was going to be a total badass in this game. And then, well, this happened.
Axel! No, Sora!
Darts. I will scatter them all to the winds.
Kairi! Sora!
What difference does one little light make? You have others. Just as we have more darknesses to replenish our ranks.
Kairi!
You require motivation.
Why did you do this? Okay, so don't get me wrong, it's not like Kairi was completely useless throughout the game. There's that entire sequence after the Terranort fight where everybody gets smoked, Sora has to go find everybody's hearts, and Kairi is initially, she is the one that ultimately brings him and everybody else back to reality, so she serves a great purpose in terms of that. However, my counter argument to this is that's sort of something that she's always been. She's always been the girl to bring Sora back, down to earth. She's sort of always been that peacekeeper. She's been that one that's always there for Sora and her friends. But this is not what she was advertised to be as when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3. This goes so far beyond my expectations for the game and overhyping and overreaching when it comes to what was going to actually happen in Kingdom Hearts 3. The trailers, past games, everything was accumulating and really, as I said before, set the stage for Kairi to have her moment and to just develop more as a character, and nothing happened. Like, she did absolutely nothing differently than she's done in the past. She didn't fight, she got kidnapped, she got absolutely bodied, and it just left the most sour taste in my mouth than anything in the Kingdom Hearts series has ever left in my entire life. She was supposed to be a Keyblade wielder. She did nothing against Terranort. She did nothing against the Demon Tide. She did absolutely nothing against anybody for that matter. And even that fight when we're fighting Isa and Xion, she's the most useless party member we have throughout the entire game. She literally does almost absolutely nothing. And 15-20 seconds into the fight, we see a cutscene, and then she just gets snatched up by Xemnas, and that's the last time we see her before Xehanort ultimately destroys her. And then we don't see her again until the end of the game, and we're left confused, and we're like, what happened? And what did she ultimately even really do when it comes to this game? She, of course, had a significance. Almost every single character throughout this game had a significance. And I think that everybody filled the roles that they were basically given. Sora was the one that ultimately defeated Xehanort. Everybody in the game at the end technically helped Sora defeat Xehanort except for Kairi. Kairi was the only person that was not there throughout the entire sequence, and I'm trying not to get angry, but Kairi was just such a disappointment in this game, and it is just such a big part as to why I have some doubts and some critiques when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3 as a whole. I feel like us as fans, and especially Kairi just as a character, were absolutely robbed when it came to this game. All the Kairi fans out there and everybody that really wanted her to do something in this game, and just Kairi's, potential for developing further overall, she was just absolutely robbed. Just was given absolutely no chance towards the end, and at this current state, it's feeling a little bleak. Nomura ultimately is the one to blame, obviously, since he is the director. He's been writing all of the games since Kingdom Hearts 2, and he has control over, obviously what the characters say, what they do, and how they develop. And I feel like he just had the perfect setting for Kairi to be really cool and really awesome. And for me personally, if Kairi got absolutely bodied, that's totally fine with me. Honestly, that wouldn't have even bothered me. It's sort of the fashion that she got bodied. I mean, she kind of lost without putting up any of a fight whatsoever, and it was very sour towards the end. Like I said before, it was just a very sour way to tell Kairi's story and to try to develop her more as a character, because at this point she's back to where she was at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2, where she's just the damsel in distress. Sora had to save her once again, and it's at a cost now. Sora's gone. So, this is sort of, it's a very tricky situation. It's really hard for me to explain my feelings about this. However, with Nomura's decision to sort of kill off Kairi's potential for having any development, just the way he told her story and her character in general when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3, there's a little bit of part of me that really wants Kairi to get redeemed in a future title. Maybe in Kingdom Hearts 4, she will maybe finally get that role that she deserves, and she will have the stage set just like she did in Kingdom Hearts 3, and hopefully they do it the correct way. But then there's a larger part of me where I'm sort of done with Kairi. She had her chance to really shine, and she had her chance to really win me over to be one of my favorite characters in the entire series. But she's just not up there at this point, and honestly, I don't know if there's any saving her. They have to do some really, really wild stuff in order to bring Kairi back and to basically make her feel like she's an importance to the game again, because right now she's just sort of there for emotional support, and yeah, that's about it, unfortunately. However, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my little structured rant when it comes to Kairi and Kingdom Hearts 3. As I said before, there were, a handful of things that I had a problem with when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3, but the one glaring, outstanding problem that I did have with the game was that Kairi did not do anything whatsoever. I feel like she was sort of it was a waste of potential. The stage was set perfectly for her. She had a lot of opportunities to be written in as a character that, could have some sort of role as like Riku, who, is often sacrificing himself and putting himself out there and trying to do things for Sora and for others, but Kairi just never had that moment, and for me personally, that sort of killed it. So please let me know all your thoughts and comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, most importantly, subscribe to my channel for more Kingdom Hearts content, and yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.